Hello everyone. I have some bad news to share with you. We lost $250,000 on the event.
How in the zippity-doo-dah, force be with you, hell, do you lose $250,000 on an event like that? The exact same way Disney's having all their big movies and projects tank. Incredible mismanagement.
We didn't even reach the break-even point. I foolishly thought that the success of last year should be a minimum.
Indeed. Wonder what changed this year it did.
Nice shot, dumbass.
Yeah, that's a pretty big reason, but it's also how IDubbbz and all the Creator Clash fighters handled it. Obviously, the best move would have been to not kick Froggy out of the event, but the more they talked about why they did it, the worse they made him look.
But we did half as well as we did the first year.
Foolish and dim-witted behavior. The path it is to the retarded side of the force. And losing $250,000. Definitely shame you must feel, as well as deep retardation setting into the brain. Deep retardation. Didn't Sam Hyde offer to donate money to Creator Clash 2 despite how IDubbbz felt about him, just so the charities could be covered? I know he wasn't the only one that offered too. Indeed. But the ego of IDubbbz and his mistress drags down all of those around him.
But we didn't have any anti-piracy measures we weren't prepared to deal with.
The first time, no piracy measures you had either, bozo. But still tuned in, everyone did. Yeah, it makes you really wonder again why so many people decided to pirate the event when it didn't seem to happen the first time. Especially when you had Ian bragging about how great this event was doing compared to the first one and dancing on everyone who criticized him about how he was running it. Consequences suck, don't they?
The other thing I want to address is there are some people floating rumors around that we're pocketing money from Creator Clash, and that's extremely hurtful because it has been nothing but the opposite.
Rumors, huh? Alright, hold it right there. I'm gonna give IDubbbz the benefit of the doubt and say he isn't much of an a-hole to do all that. All I'm saying is that him and his wife are morons that drove people away who otherwise would have paid for their event like the first time.
It's like, what the hell are we gonna do? You know, I can't even think about doing a Creator Clash 3. We lost money and there's no money for charity.
Well, you could have kicked your ego down a notch and worked with Sam Hyde. I'll give you credit, you were humble enough to come forward and admit you fucked up instead of the news coming out later and making you look worse than you already do. Continues the regression of IDubbbz does. But how far shall it go until a degenerate of a mere shell of a man he eventually becomes? Creator Clash should have been a home run every year. It's a great idea. I was hyped up to see Froggy and Chris Ray, for the second event. Instead, I ended up skipping out on buying the whole thing and just donating directly to a charity. You get the fight results immediately anyways on Twitter, so it didn't really matter that much to me. Instead, IDubbbz's ego took over and he continues to regress both physically and mentally. I know Ian doesn't like everyone bringing up the old IDubbbz now, but let's be honest, the old IDubbbz wouldn't have let all this happen. The old IDubbbz I used to watch wouldn't have a beef with Froggy in the first place over a PG-rated joke. He also would have accepted help from Hyde and squashed their beef. A lot of Zoomers are getting this idea that maturing is to act sanctimonious and reprimand others and make them have to submit to you. Nah, that just makes people not want to have anything to do with you. Just like how they didn't want to have anything to do with your event, dumbass. Hopefully, learned a powerful lesson. IDubbbz has. And if ever a Creator Clash 3 there is, repeat the same mistakes here. Him and his boneheaded wife will not.